Hello Labradoodle lovers and shadowburst puppy families. This is your week 4 litter update video. And in today's video, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We don't have a Raven with us. We're not going to go through the puppies individually, but we're going to show you a little bit of how the puppies interact with toys and just what we're referring to when I talk about socialization and desensitization. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and these petite Australian Labradoodle puppies from our shadowburst litter are out and about. They're walking around. They're having all sorts of fun exploring and trying new things. So today I'm just going to show you 2 of the things that you don't normally see in our videos that we use with our puppies. And one of them is our little elephant here. And when we touch our elephant,
Peekaboo, it smells fun for you.
It does all sorts of different things. The ears move and make sounds.
Peekaboo, I found you.
And this is something that's great for the puppies because they're not expecting the ears to come up like that.
Peekaboo,
And
I see you.
we can see that Silver's getting a little bit anxious about that. So we're not going to do it anymore when Silver's unhappy. Silver, puppy, puppy, puppy. That's a good puppy. We're just gonna let Silver be on his own because clearly he didn't really think that Miss Elephant was a really fun thing. So we'll just let him work it out. See, we'll let him come over all on his own time. So he's the only one who's a little bit worried. And we just leave it here now without turning it on and let them go through the experience at their own speed. And for the elephant who talks, that is just leaving it here. And I'm just going to put it over to the side here and just let Silver get used to it being there. And now we've got Blue Collar Boy on the keyboard here. And so it's been here for a couple of minutes. And I'm just going to have it now. When the puppies walk on it, it will just make a sound all on its own. And we'll just see if any of them think that's really great or if they just pay no attention at all. What I'm really hoping is they pay no attention at all. Here's Silver Collar. So Silver Collar was afraid of the elephant, but you can see he's right up there in... Well, he was right up there investigating. He thought, oh, that was a little loud. So that's how you kind of get a feel with your puppy what works for them at one and what doesn't. Now you'll see he just walked past and he's right beside Miss Elephant there. And he's not the least bit worried when Elephant isn't making any sounds. In fact, he thinks this is quite a nice place to park his bum on. And you can see over here we've got Pink and Red. They're just kind of watching the action. And then we've got Orange, who's completely disinterested in all of it. She just wants to hang out with me. And then we've got Blue, who's the one who's being the adventurer so far. So all of this tells us something a little bit different about each puppy, where they're at in the process of desensitization and socialization. And we want to make sure that we're not treating them as a group anymore. Sure, we'll have sounds that are going on around that all of them are listening to as part of everyday life. But when we're working with the puppies individually now, we'll adapt how things are done with each one of them. And so it's always interesting to me that often it's the smallest puppies who are the bravest puppies. And you can see the 2 scaredy cats right now are Silver and Red, the 2 boys, who are the 2 bigger puppies in this litter. And they're the ones who are a little bit chicken. You can see Red is really trying to make himself invisible there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over and provide him with some reassurance and comfort. Or Reynolds just going to pick him up for me. And that's Pink. We'll get Pink in the picture here. We'll just put her over here. And then we've got little Red, who was really just having quite a bit of the shakes going on. Hi, Joe Buddy. So we're just going to hang on to him. We're just going to give him some pets. And we're just going to talk a little bit softer. And we're just going to let him get his confidence back and not feel threatened anymore. And that's all you do when you have your puppy and you're exposing them to something and you realize, oh, this isn't going well. Usually we are always showing you and talking about things that are going well, but they don't always go well. You don't have to be an expert for things to go wrong, and they don't always go the way you think they're going to be. And often the puppy you think is not going to be afraid is afraid. You can hear little Red is crying. So I'm just going to put him down right in my lap here, because being held up in the air, in dog world, nobody gets picked up. So when we have a puppy who's a little bit anxious, we don't want to have anything that makes them worry. And being picked up sometimes can be a bit of a worry when you're this little. And I thought for a minute there that that puppy was peeing on the keyboard, but it's okay, they're not. So we're just gonna have him here, we're just gonna rub his head, keep talking. We won't expose him to anything, we'll just let him sit here today, because he's just clearly not ready for this type of thing to go on. But we've got Blue Collar who's okay with it. So we'll turn it on for him while we keep Red at a safe distance here. And we'll just play a sound and see how he reacts. And there we go. There, see, he's not liking that at all. He's turning his head away and saying, oh, the world's coming to an end. So we're not going to keep it on for too long, because I don't want him to, there we go. Now he's got his head back out. There we go, good boy. So you just wonder, when you have a dog who stumbles on something like this and they're afraid, you don't force them into it. You don't, it's just like if your puppy is crying at night in their crate, they're crying because they're scared. You don't leave them there to cry it out. That doesn't help the dog at all. What you want to do is always provide them with reassurance that you're there for them, that you've got them, so to speak. There we go, there's Orange on there. I think she is peeing on there now, of course, naturally. These things are fortunately not very expensive, and so if we go through one or two, it's no big deal. We'll clean it up afterwards. But going to the bathroom to music is a new thing. But you can see now Red is not pulling back, and he's not hiding his head when he hears the music. That's my only goal for him today. I don't care if he doesn't leave my lap. I just don't want him to be crying or shaking, and I don't want him to be going every time there's a sound that he's not used to. So I'll just keep playing them. Yeah, there you go. There, see, now we're getting no reaction from him. And that's exactly the goal, where we don't have any upset. I'll bet you though, if I play the tune, he probably won't like it. But one note at a time seems to be okay for him. So that's enough. That's all you need to do. When they're this young, it's a very, very short period of time that you're exposing them to things that are new and potentially scary. And you never know. Every time we do something, every day, we don't know. Are they going to respond because they're scared, or are they going to be completely all right with it? And we're going to put the elephant back over here now for him to just see. Just take a look at. And then we'll try and see what happens.
Peekaboo, it's most fun for you.
There, and you see? No response this time.
Where did he go?
Now he's interested.
Peekaboo, I found you.
Oh, now this is something that might be okay.
Where are you?
And he actually wants to go down and see the elephant.
I see you.
And that's enough. I'm going to leave it on a positive note like that. And I didn't put him down to go see the elephant, because that's a lot. All I want is for him to be curious. The fact that he's curious, that's terrific. So if you were doing a situation where you were trying to get your puppy used to being alone when you go out and in the X-Pen, this is what you're looking for. And you want to go back and sit with your puppy, reassure them like this. You would be giving them treats, giving them a toy, and you wouldn't be leaving them right away like that, because then they would be back to having that negative association. So it's very quick, it's very fast. You just do it in little tiny increments, and you make sure that you're always there providing reassurance. Now, the other thing the puppies have done this week is, yay, they've started to eat solid food, and that's why Raven's not with us today. So Reynolds just gonna pass me their pan. It's a real messy pan, and you're going to see probably some bums go into the pan. This is what they've been eating since about lunchtime. So they may not be too hungry because we're in the afternoon here, but this is a mixture. And Red does not really like the pan too much either. He much prefers to have his mummy. He's a little bit of a mummy's boy. In the pan is pablum, goat's milk, and pumpkin. The pumpkin is there to provide digestive assistance and to make sure we don't get any diarrhea or constipation from changing from mama's milk to a solid form of nutrition. And there, you don't want to have any, you just want to have hugs. I'm going to give you hugs. That's all I'm going to do with you today. So you can see there's pink color and blue color are doing a great job there. Silver's talking about it. This is what Silver often does, is he talks about it, and he hasn't quite got it mastered yet. He knows there's food in there, but he's just not quite got the whole thing worked out. Oh, little Red is crying now, so I'm just going to put Red down. Red's having a hard day today. Poor Red. There you go. You can just hang out right beside me. And then we just let them go at their own pace here. Now, lots of times people think, well, the smallest puppy, who's orange, is going to be the one who does not want to eat. But it's actually the opposite. Usually it's the big puppy, again, Silver and Red. They don't really have quite as strong a desire because they're still getting tons of food from mom. They're obviously at the milk bar, they're shoving everybody out of the way, they're being big bullies at the milk bar, pushing their siblings out and making sure that they tank up with mom. So it's going to take them a little bit longer to work through it all and to decide that, oh, okay, this is really something that's good. And Red color isn't quite there yet. And Silver he's on the brink, but, he is actually eating right now. That's Silver over there. Orange, you can see, is the smallest puppy, and she is the most outgoing today at this moment. She is playing with the elephant, and she's also standing on the music thing. And this is serving a double purpose. You can hear it because it's a plasticky nylon thing. So that's a new sound for them. And when I put my nails on it, it makes a sound that you and I can hear, but they can hear something even more than what we can hear. So it can sometimes cause them to be a little bit worried. Apparently right now it doesn't cause anybody any concern. So that's the puppies for this week. This is just a video to show you how they each are doing something at a completely different rate, how puppies respond differently. So lots of times we get caught up, it's sort of like when we have kids. And Susie down the street is reading at a level 4, and our kid Tommy is only at a level 2. And we think, oh, how come Tommy's not at the same level as Susie? And we rack our brains, and sometimes we feel bad. We feel like we've done something wrong. Sometimes we think to ourselves, Jesus, my kid maybe not as smart. It has nothing to do with that for people, and it's the same with the puppies. They're just doing things at their own pace, and that's what we need to watch for and be very aware of. This is where our puppy is happy at today, and it doesn't matter if the other puppies in the litter are over here, ahead, or over here behind. It's where your puppy is that matters, and they'll all get there. And you'll see when you come for your puppy family visit next week, you may find that Red is the most outgoing and the most brave puppy in the group. Or he may still be the one who's a little bit reluctant like he is right now. I can tell you that earlier today, Taylor was by. She was doing Head Start with the older puppies, and she came in to spend some time with these guys. She picked Red up and he growled at her. So why did he growl at her? Is he a vicious dog? Oh, heavens no. Because he was scared. That's all. He's just in a period right now where things are frightening him. But you see, we've left him alone. I've been talking away. Listening to my voice gives him reassurance because it's something he's familiar with. And now he's over there once again getting close to the elephant. And I'm pretty sure in the next couple of days, he'll be right in there probably trying to rip the thing apart. So we'll just keep doing it at a slow pace and let him tell us when he's ready. Now next time when I bring these two things in, oh see, now he's barking at me. He's going to tell me off. And this is his bark there, that communication. That is again because he's a little unsure. It's not because he's being bossy. He's just telling me, I'm not too sure about this, so I'm going to bark at these things. Maybe then I can scare them. But this is all part of what I just want you to see is each puppy being different, doing things at their own speed, and when you come to the family visit, you may find every one of them is completely different from what you've seen in today's video. So we'd really appreciate it if you have questions, if you post them in the comments below, or even if you just want to say you enjoyed the video. It's really helpful for us. Or if you have a second, could give us not a pause up, but a thumbs up. That would also be really appreciated. And please don't hesitate to ask any questions you have. If you're curious about how we do anything or why we do it, what it means when a puppy is acting a certain way, if it's a lifelong thing, all those things, feel free to ask. I'm always happy to answer your questions. And I'm really excited to see all of our families, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, for our puppy family visit. It's going to be lots of fun. The puppies will be just over 5 weeks, which is a great time to introduce them to a group of people. You can see right now at this age, if you came for your family visit, that it would not be beneficial to the puppies, and you wouldn't get to know them very well either, because they're just a little bit too young. And so we'd have like Red Collar here being just like, no, I'm not quite ready for that yet. Oh, and there's old Silver is going to try and beat his brother up there. You picking on Red Collar? We hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful and informative, and we hope you'll join us again when we do our next litter update. Thanks so much for watching.